Don't give up. There's a place for everyone. You can play anywhere, anytime. If you just put the work into it, it'll give back to you. You just keep working hard. Things are gonna happen. There's gonna be challenges. There's gonna be bumps in the road. But look back at your whys.
Welcome, everyone. This is Jermaine Jackson, sports producer here at Daybreak Star Radio, the only station indigenizing the airwaves, as always. And today, I have the wonderful pleasure of speaking with a rising star both on and off the court, senior guard from the University of Alaska Fairbanks women's college basketball team, from my hometown of Anchorage, Alaska as well, Destiny Reimers. She has been named to the academic all-conference team for the fourth year in a row while maintaining a perfect 4.0 GPA. We are excited to get an inside look at her journey. Destiny, welcome and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. How are you doing today?
Hi, my name is Destiny Reimers. My Yupik name is Iyagik. I'm originally from Iliamna, Alaska, which is about like 230 miles southwest of Anchorage. It's only accessible by plane. I'm Dina Ina at the Baskin, and I'm also Yupik from my grandpa.
When did you first discover your love for the sport of basketball and what initially drew you to the sport?
I grew up with a basketball family. My siblings playing basketball, my parents played basketball, so it was a very competitive household. With my both sides of my family, I had extended family members. I'd always grew up watching them play, and I would go to my sister's practices because my dad was a coach, and I would just be on the sideline at like 5 years old, like going between my legs, behind the back, and like all the girls are like, "Dang, she dribbles better than me already." Like I just loved it already from the beginning. Like the competitiveness, the teamwork, the talk, the communication, like everything about it since I was a kid.
So how was it transitioning to, so if you grew up in Iliamna and then did you transition to going to high school in Anchorage or how did that work?
So I'm literally so when I wasn't born yet. My parents moved out of the village with my two older siblings. They wanted a better schooling and education for them. And my dad, he was a pilot, so we got moved to Astoria, Oregon, which was where I was born. And we lived there for like 5 years, and then moved back to Anchorage. And they didn't want, they were debating on going back to the village, but they wanted to stay in Anchorage for my mom's job now. So for ever since like I was like 5 years old, I lived in Anchorage, and then during the summer times for my mom's job, because she worked for like our native corporations, they would travel to like Chile and out of the country. So I'll just spend a lot of my time in the with my grandparents in the village. So during the whole summertime, so every break I would get, I would just go out to the village. That was
Okay.
like my safe space.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I just grew up in Anchorage throughout all the school years, went to elementary school, and then I was at ACS from seventh grade all the way till I graduated.
So how has your cultural heritage influenced your journey in basketball and in life in general?
I think growing up, I've seen a lot since I was a kid, and, like seeing my grandparents, like everyone around me worked hard. Like there was no questions about it. My grandparents, like they did everything, every job. They knew how to do things themselves, like around the house, and then watching my parents also, like they work every day. Like they don't know how to sit down. So I kind of just grew up in a household where like you're not allowed to like sleep in. You can't like, just sit around all day. You're not allowed to be bored because bored's not a word. So it's like always doing something constantly, and like, working hard wasn't a question, or like you just have to do it every day. Like things are going to come our way, like, bad things, you're going to see a lot of stuff, but like life is going to move on. And that was like the biggest thing I had to work on. Like no matter what, life is going to continue going, and you can't just stop and just sit and, feel bad for yourself. So like just continuing to work hard and keep going, is like the biggest thing.
Can you share a standout moment in your career so far that has helped shape you as a basketball player?
So I guess coming from ACS, like never really losing. Like I think I've lost like 6 games my whole high school career. Um, it and then transitioning, like, because it wasn't a good, like when I came in as a freshman, like they didn't make it to state the beginning of the year or the year before that. So I came in and just like, I wanted to dominate. I wanted to change the culture, the foundation, like, build a winning program from ACS. And that's what we did successfully with, like, our coaches, players, like everyone wanted to work hard. So it was a great environment. And, being able to change that and get, 3 state championships with the last my senior year with COVID, we weren't able to play. Um, and then transitioning to UAF, known as a losing program, and coming in, I had to learn, like, as a freshman, being a captain COVID year all the way throughout my, my basically 5 years here. It was hard to learn how to lose. My first year I had a hard time because, I wanted to change the program that first year, like as a freshman, baby freshman coming in, trying to dominate, over like our seniors, our upperclassmen, and still becoming captain. Like, that was like the start of me becoming a leader and trying to change this program around. And it's still taking me a while. This is my senior year. We're still losing a lot, but like it's learning how to lose. I put it a lot on my like shoulders, as like captains, throughout the 5 years. Like it's trying to figure out like still becoming a leader, still, while we're losing, like you're still being like, encouraging to the other teammates, helping them work hard, fix what we got to do, being like communicative with the coaches, like what can we do, what can we fix, it's still like changing this program around. And like they're like, this is my last 6 games, and it's like kind of hitting me now. So it's been really hard, trying to like not put it all on my shoulders, and don't take it so hard. And all I know is like I'm playing in front of like my people, Alaska, my family, and that's like the biggest reason, like knowing my whys of why I'm doing it and why I'm here. And yeah, that was like my biggest turning point, and learning, I do love this game whether losing or winning, so that's my biggest thing.
What would you say your biggest strengths are on the court?
I'm very coachable. I'll do whatever my coaches tell me to do. If they tell me to be a post player, I'll be a post player. If they want me to be point guard that day, I'll be point guard. Like I'll shooting guard that day. Or, like I'm very like versatile. Like I'll go play any position like they need me to. If it helps us win, like I will do it. Like I'll do whatever. I think that's like the biggest thing. Like ever since I was growing up, like I didn't just learn point guard spot. I didn't just learn shooting guard. Like I want to be able to shoot at all three levels. I want to be able to score. I want to be able to defense. I want to, play any position that my coaches need me to be. So post up, everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's good because I saw you getting a few double doubles, and you're getting like above 10 rebounds, and you're just a guard, but still you're doing your thing, down.
Yeah, yeah.
During those tough times, what kept you motivated, and how do you approach setbacks?
This game, like, I'm very emotional, like, with this game. Like, I have very high highs and very low lows. Like, with winning, losing, playing good, playing not good is like, I talk to, my parents, my coaches, my teammates, just like kind of letting it out a little. And, they kind of keep me grounded. They're like, okay, what were like some of the good things? What can you do better? Um, I just kind of like have to like over communicate some things. Like I need, since like growing up, like I had a hard time like explaining my feelings, like how I felt, like I'll just be mad and shut down. So like figuring out like, talking to coaches, talking to my family, like my parents, my trainers, like, like all these like people, coaches, like, getting outside views a lot really helped me with like my setbacks, my challenges. A lot of the people that I talked to been through it, been there, done that. So like just helping them, like having them help me. Um, with my certain challenges, and I think just like getting out, like not trying to be like alone or anything, always being with friends, like especially when it's dark in Alaska here, especially in Fairbanks, Alaska, like, trying to be there for my teammates, always having fun, be there in the moment.
So how are you able to do that, maintaining and juggling practice, school, homework, and then you got your games, you got your travel and all that? How are you able to do that?
It was never an option to fail, I guess. Like I made sure if I was like hurting in some class, like I would find help. Like there was no questions about it. Like I always had this like thing where like if there's something due, like I gotta do it before it's due. Like I'm never turning in things late. Like um honestly, like I just read the syllabus and I make sure I get everything done. I do this. Like there was just no question, like I guess with it. So, with traveling and stuff, like we have study halls, so we make sure to do our homework, do everything like that.
But I'll just go ahead and ask the question, what are your goals or milestones that you hope to achieve in the next coming years? And what also would you like to do with your rural development degree?
So we, with my friend Pearl Green, we started Native Hoops. So we do basketball camps in the villages every summer. Like when we're done with basketball, like we fill up our summers going from one village to the next. Like we try to book it up as much as we can. Working with the Native corporations. Like I want to be able to give back to like our communities, our home places. Like Pearl's from Galena, Alaska, and that's like my best friend. And we were able to create this like brand, this logo, and we want to like take it like forward up a notch and like, do BBNC region, like not just Doyon, ASRC. Like we want to expand and be able to, give back to like, doing our cultural basketball camp. So it's not just a basketball camp, but it's also like learning different cultures, like how our culture intertwines with basketball, like how much we work hard, like the way we look, the way we're built, like, as women, as male, like just intertwining that and like knowing that, like as like Indigenous people, like as the Indigenous coaches, like we've made it, we've done it, and be able to give that back and that they can do it too. So those are like our big things of like, we want to give back. We want to work with our native corporations, our native people, and be able to give that back, travel. Like we're young, we like to travel. We'll sleep on the gym floors like usual, like that's our like, we just love it. We want to do it. We want to be there for them. So that's our like big thing right now. That's my goal right now, is to make that like a year-round job, maybe even be a basketball coach here at UAF, work my way up, so that's like our big thing right now.
What advice would you give to young Indigenous or Native athletes who look up to you and have dreams of pursuing sports, whether it be college or, the pros or something?
Don't give up. There's a place for everyone. Like, you can play anywhere, anytime. If you just put the work into it, like, it'll give back to you. You just keep working hard. Things are gonna happen. There's gonna be challenges. There's gonna be bumps in the road. But like, look back at your whys. Like, why are you doing it? Who are you playing for? Like, make sure it's for yourself too, and don't like overdo yourself. Like, make sure you're taking care of your body, your mental health, and go back to your culture, like your ground, like keep you grounded throughout these times. Especially, there's gonna be challenges. There's no doubt about it, and it's just like, how are you gonna get through it? Who's gonna help you? Who's your support group? You are who you hang out with, and that's like, I go off on that, and I like try to hang out with like bosses, business people, people that want to continue and like just like that work hard. That's like, those are like my people I hang out with. So
You have dreams and you have aspirations and goals. That's all you need. How you're gonna get there is honestly none of your business. The creator and the universe, whatever you want to believe in, has gonna put things in your path or take things out of your path in order to get you there.